Welcome to the Sharesies Challenge episode 2. In this episode, what are we going to be talking about? First off, how is the portfolio going? Second off, how much I'm looking to invest into Sharesies this year. And then third off, we're just going to have a quick look and see where my money is going and what I have allocated for stocks and ETFs that I will be purchasing this year throughout the year. So let's go dive straight into it. You can see my portfolio right in front of you. My portfolio is currently at $34,000. So my total returns is minus $3,532, which means I am down 9.24%. How much have I put in? I put in $38,000 and I'm down to $34,000. And that's okay. I love investing. It's such an amazing journey that I've been on, and I am not worried with the losses that I have, because you only lose the money when you actually take it out. So compared to last time, the last episode, I was around 10.5% down. So I'm making some progress, but I'm not in the positives yet. So my goal this year is to get into the positives. So how much am I investing this year into Sharesies? My aim is 8K, 8,000. 161 times 52 is around $8 and a bit thousand. That's my goal. That's awesome. I have set everything up. It's all automated, so it should automatically get sorted out and I don't have to worry. All I have to do is earn money. If I earn money, that money comes into my bank. My bank has an auto payment. It shoots it straight to Sharesies. Sharesies has an auto investment. That auto investment buys what I've told it to buy. Simple. I just need the money. So, what am I investing into this year? Let's look. Imugen. This is one of my high risk companies, okay? This is a high risk company, high reward. Cancer research. Okay? So, I've chosen to do this. I know I can lose money. Not the smartest investment, but if it pays off, then it will be a smart investment. Kingsgate Consolidated. So a lot of my investments for this year are actually focused around mining, oil, gas, natural resources. The reason for that is you can't print gold. You can't print oil. You can't print energy. But you can print money. Okay? So things that you can't just print, like money, I want to invest into. So these people invest into, they mine gold and silver. Okay? So they have, you can read through this if you want, you can pause the video, but the long and the short is they are getting gold and silver. Okay? And I want that because the governments can't print gold or silver. They can print money, and with that money they can get gold, but they can't print gold. Okay? So if you can print it, I don't want it. Okay? Woodside Energy. So this is an energy company, okay? And this is going for different type of energies in regards to crude oil, natural gas. So they have a variety of different types of energy that they basically get. They've got gas, crude oil, natural gas. So I've invested in this company because that's what we need to function, to use our electrical equipments that we have. Our cars need, they don't all need crude oil, they don't all need gasoline, but You know what I'm saying? A lot of things need energy, so I want to invest into energy. Champion Iron. Okay, so this is mining iron ore. Again, another mineral. It's a type of thing that you can't print. Okay, so I'm investing into this, and this is basically a Australian company which is doing most of its work in Canada. Next is Apple, and we all know Apple. I'm not going to say anything about Apple. Main freight, logistics company, global logistics company, and logistics I think is another important thing to invest into for myself. Home Depot. This is basically like a Mitre 10 Bunnings warehouse on steroids in the US. So it's like a department store, and people need to buy things from department stores. People need to buy food. So I'm investing in that because I want to diversify into the American market, and historically Home Depot has done very well. Goodman Group. So this is a property group, and they own property and they develop it, and it's property. Real estate, you can't print real estate. There's finite pieces of land, so I'm happy to invest into something like real estate because historically it's done quite well. So I've invested into Goodman Group, which is on the Australian stock market. Then we've got Costco. Costco is one of the food shops that you go to, but it's so much more than that. Costco literally has everything. It's like a shopping mall in a shop. So it's quite a big company. They've brought one to New Zealand. I haven't been yet, but I want to go. And apparently, literally, they just have everything there. So Costco, I'm investing into that because it's literally like a shopping mall in a supermarket, which is awesome. Next we go to TrueScreen, another risky investment for me, cancer research, so I know it's high risk and I'm not going to say much more than that, but I want to put my finger in the pie just in case it does pay off. Porta Tauranga is the logistics company and an infrastructure company. They are the biggest port in New Zealand, and historically they've done quite well. Over the last 5 to 7 years they haven't because of COVID and all of that carry on. So I am investing into this company hoping that it's going to go back up in the next 10 years. Again, I'm not investing for the short term. I'm in it for 10, 20, 30 years. Let's see what else I have invested into. Taiwan Semiconductor manufacturing. So you can read this for yourself, but the long and the short is they create special process technology which helps with a lot of technology we use nowadays. So it's quite complicated, but the long and the short is it helps with a lot of electric appliances and a lot of electrical components. So the product that they use there and they create is quite important for a lot of things that we use in everyday life. Then we've got the Sharesies Australian Top 20 ETF, the top 20 Australian companies. So you can see here, I'm basically investing into the Australian market and hoping that it goes up. Then we have PaySource, which is another riskier company for me, and it's a software company and it helps with basically paying and managing employees. So there's a lot of companies that do this, so I know this is a riskier company, but again, I just want to have my finger in the pie for this one. And that's why I'm not investing much, only 3%, it's a low amount. Next is Vital Healthcare Property Trust. The long and the short with this company here is they invest in healthcare properties in New Zealand and Australia, and it owns a large and diversified portfolio of healthcare assets. Many of the private hospitals and aged care facilities and a lot of the buildings of these different hospitals. So the long and the short is they own property where healthcare providers are on. So from my point of view, it's a good investment because we're always going to need healthcare going into the future, and the government's always going to have to pay for healthcare as well. If they're going to have a hospital, they're going to have to pay the least because they need to, as a government, to provide healthcare to the public. Woolworth Group, another food group, just like a Pack and Save. Infratel is another infrastructure type of an energy company, which is throughout it's throughout New Zealand, but Australia, the United States, Asia, UK, Europe, and I'm just diversifying into this company. I am not putting too much in, and I'm just kind of dabbling for that company at the moment. Coles Group, 2%, small amount allocated, another food group. Chorus, which is fixed line communications infrastructure business. So it basically builds a network and made up of fiber and copper cables, which we need for, telephones and internet and all that fun stuff. So that's my allocated investments for this year. So 100% of this adds up to 161.70, and it all gets divided into these different companies. So if we look at something like Kingsgate Consolidated, that's going to get 10% of the 161, which will be around like $16. So that's my investment strategy for this year, and the plan of attack is actually going to be comparing this and the returns of my Sharesies versus the returns of the Smart Share 500 US companies. So if we look here on Invest Now, I'm investing into the Smart Shares US 500 ETF, okay? And we're going to compare the Sharesies account to the Invest Now account, okay? And we're going to compare the gains and see what performs the best, because I'm allocating the majority of my money to the US 500 ETF, and I want to see, are my own picks going to outperform, or is the US 500? And honestly, I think it's going to be the US 500 because historically I haven't done well with investing. But that's why nowadays I'm putting the majority of my money into the US 500. That gives me peace of mind, knowing that, okay, this historically has performed well. The S&P 500 getting annual gains of around 10% on average, I believe. So I'm trying to see if something like that can be outperformed by my hand picks, which I don't think is going to happen, but it's worth the watch. So that's all for today. You can see my portfolio at $34,087.31, and we'll see next week how my portfolio is tracking. Before I end the video, I just want to give you a quick peek on my investments. Apple's up 7%, Champion Iron up 30%, Chorus up 0.6%, Coles down 6%, Costco up 20%, Goodman Group up 11%, Home Depot up 22%, Imugen up 38%, Infratel up 3%, Kingsgate down 3%, Kiwi Property Group down 1.62%, Corab Resources down 77%, Mainfreight up 4.6%, Pacific Edge down 86%, PaySource down 16%, Porta Tauranga down 13.5%, Ryman Healthcare down 55%, Smart Shares Australian Property down 8.58%, Smart Shares Australian Top 20 Company, or ETF, is up 7.9%, Taiwan Semiconductors 4.27%, TrueScreen down 57%, S&P 500 up 7.6%, Vital Healthcare Property Trust down 11.4%. Woodside Energy Group is down 9%, and Woolworths is down 4%. So that's the portfolio. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check in for the update that I will do next week. And I will say, see you later, legends. Have a good day.